Just getting one last look at the beach here. I've decided I'm not going to head into Bournemouth after all. It's a 37-minute trip. Just to get over there. It's a 37-minute drive all the way back around. And since I was there last Thursday with Mum and Dad, I don't feel like there's anything to go back for at the minute. So I'm going to make my way around to Criccieth. That's about an hour and 3 minutes, I think it said. So that's what I'm on. Time to hop in the van and get going again. You have to unlock it first, that helps. Right then. Yes. Criccieth, 1 hour, 3 minutes. Before I do get going, yesterday did 108.6 miles, average speed of 37.8 miles an hour. That used 2.7 gallons, 39.8 miles a gallon average. It's not too bad. And it is currently 13 degrees. I think it was up to about 16 yesterday. That should be a nice day here, but there's not much to stick around for. Right then, 38 miles. It's going to take me 1 hour, 3 minutes. So, Criccieth. Alright then, I'm here. That definitely did not take an hour. Parking, on the other hand, well, paying for it, flaming hell. I found the long stay car park. Then went to the machine. Decided on 4 hours, that's £3.10. But I don't know if it gives change, so I thought I'll try pay by card. Couldn't get it to do it by card, fair enough. Well, I'll try the mobile phone app then. So, downloaded all that. Went through registering on that. Then select your vehicle. Car, motorcycle, truck. Well, none of them, it's a van or a motorhome. Why is that not an option? So I ended up paying by cash anyway. No change given, so that's an extra 10p they've had off me. So I'm here now until 13:58. This car park you can pay to stay overnight as well, if you're a motorhome. 16 quid or something. Bit steep to be honest, because you're not getting any amenities for it. Whereas back in Fairbourne, it was only 11-12 quid a night with water. So I think now I'm going to shift the van over a bit because I don't think I'm parking the space properly. If you look at these spaces here, I've gone between the white lines because that's where spaces usually are. But then they've got these yellow segments here with gaps between them, which I think are supposed to be the bays. So I'm going to just hop over a few foot. Then we're going to head down into town. I like this already. Glasswork studio. Oh, That's cool. Closed. Yeah, already I think I prefer the atmosphere here than Bournemouth. Also, what was funny is as soon as I stepped out the van in the car park, I could smell fish and chips. So, God knows how many chippies there are here. Park here and use phone at crossing. This feels a lot calmer than Bournemouth. And a bit more lively than Fairbourne. Maybe I'm just old. That's cool. I wonder how many of them are about. But there's a chippy. Let's start off at the beach. Ooh, nice. Let's have a look down here. No dogs. Okay, so beach-wise, this looks more pebbles than Bournemouth and Fairbourne. Not a sandy beach by the looks of it, even if the tide went out, I think. Oh, there's a castle. See if I've got time later to go look at that. Right, for right now, I'm going to walk around for a bit. See if I can get some idea of whereabouts down that coastline we've come from. Imagine living in that one there, with the balcony and those big windows, looking out to that. Yeah, you won't see Bournemouth from here because the land's in the way. All along that beach there, I just looked through my binoculars. Where are we? Little bit of beach there-ish. I think that's Black Rock Beach. There's cars and vans parked all along there. This is a nice little beach though. I've found one potential skimming stone. Maybe two. Oh, that's a decent one. Let's go see if we can get any skips on these. Ooh, nice jump. Oh, that was rubbish. I'm far too out of practice. Couple more, then we'll move on. That was terrible. Alright, let's move on. See what else there is round here. I'll pick my bag up first, that'll help. Random book left there. Plenty of benches there for picnics. And someone paddleboarding out at sea. Another one. I wonder how many random books are down here. So well, this is actually a nice beach. Even for all of the shale and pebbles. I'd imagine I could probably have got my van in down here. Something to bear in mind for next time. Oh, smell of food. I bet you it's not quite this nice in the winter. So that's 3 kayaks out there, a paddleboard. Not entirely sure I won't go down this footpath. We'll just do a little bit and see if we can get a rough idea of where it goes. So far, I'm liking it here. I'd imagine the weather probably helps with that. Could be tempted to stay around here for a while. Especially if the weather stays like this. What was it? It was £3.10 for 4 hours of parking. I think it was £7.70 for 12 hours. Oh, that would take 12 hours would have taken me till about 9 o'clock or something. Yeah, it would take me to around about 9:58 this evening. Might be worth knowing that for next time. Ah, a bit more of the golf course. and more beach. So I've walked back up past the castle and stumbled around onto this bit, which is facing directly south. It was quite nice and pleasant around here as well. I'm tempted to drive along the entire coastline as much as I can, but that would be a lot to do in a few days, which I'd rather take it steadier. That might be a future job. Yeah, I like it here. There's a couple more kayaks or paddle boarders out there. Gonna walk on a bit more. I'll go across the road first, I think. Might go down this bit of beach later. Or see if I can walk back along it. Man, this is so flat. And colourful. No overnight parking. They like sticking that up around everywhere here. It's a shame because it's a wide enough road for it. And it would be nice, park that way with the window facing that way. That's something I've realised over the past couple of days. Having intentionally not put windows on the driver's side of my van because I didn't want it to look like a camper. If I park with that side facing the view, I've got no view pretty much. So if there's one thing I'd be tempted to change, if I did it again, it may be to put a window there. Because the whole stealth camping thing really is a load of rubbish. You could be a full-on motorhome if you wanted, and so long as you kept quiet, no one would bother you. Or you could look like a work van, you could put your awning out or your picnic chairs and whatnot and blast music and you're going to be a problem. Stealth is all about behaviour, not much how you look. So yeah, I think next van round, a window on that side would be something to consider. The upshot of not doing it is I've got insulation there instead, which is great. So it's not something I'm going to change on this van. That'd be too much work at this point anyway, but to bear in mind for the next one. Many years down the road, I hope. I wonder if these are flats. Quite possibly. Never mind. Carry on. I've just realised I hadn't turned the gain on the microphone back down now that I'm back on this one from having the shotgun mic yesterday. So hopefully the bits that I've done so far haven't clipped, or at least not terribly. Because that would be annoying. But as I was saying, look at that. all that coastline around there's Wales. I am going to force myself to turn back now, else I will keep walking. This is the Welsh coast path, and if I don't stop myself and turn around, I'll end up walking around the whole of Wales, which I'm not opposed to. It just would not be a good idea today, since, you know, I'm not prepared for it or anything. But that might be something to come back for. Maybe next summer. Yeah, Wales coast path. Oh man, look at that! Oh, I really wish I got my other camera so I can zoom in with the lens. I mean, that's just asking you to walk around. I know I said I'm forcing myself to turn back, but I'm still actually going that way. This is why I got the FX30. Well, I finally pulled the trigger on it when I was back up at the lakes in May, so that I could have lenses that let me just capture all of the mountains and the lakes and do better quality videos with it. I have found out I can charge that camera up in my van. If I use the charging points that are above my door, that's charging it. So I guess they've got enough voltage going through them. So that's good. That's a problem that I didn't want solved. I'm going to go down just to that little bit beach there, that little bit further. I could keep doing this all day. People walking down there as well. See, that's my problem. I never want to turn around, I just want to go a little bit further and see what's around the next corner. It's the same when I drive. Like every morning going to work, rather than turn off the A50, I want to just keep going. Head up to the lake, see where the road goes, or into Wales, or maybe go down the other way. I haven't been down Cornwall for... well, it would have been with Mum and Dad the last time. So, at most, I would have been 18. I can't remember where the last holiday I went with them was. I'm pretty sure it was down south somewhere. Sorry, the last caravanning holiday, the last holiday with them was the Lake District back in May. But yeah, so it's probably about 25 years since I've been down Cornwall. I was just thinking earlier, it's, what, 2002 when I went to Whitby with them, summer holiday. So that's 23 years. I need to go back up Yorkshire. Not just for climbing, but I would like to see Whitby again. It was a nice town. I just need a way of making money that I don't have to actually go to work for. Should have been one of these late Victorian era explorers that just gets paid to do a whole lot of nothing. Okay, let's go back. Maybe seasonal work is something to look at. Work all through winter, have the summer off. Then just take off in the van for 3 or 4, maybe 5 months. Do some climbing as well. What time are we on? 12:02. Yep, that's why I'm getting hungry. Alright, go back to the van. Make sure that it's 13:58 and not 12:58 that I need to be back there for. If I can get the flaming app to work correctly, I think I might put in another 4 hours. I shall have a look at the map first to see what's further along. Or I could go back into Port Maddock. Choices. I really want to be going that way. I mean, in part it looks like it's also sunny over there. Well, I think that's about it for now. So I shall pick up later. Alrighty then, I'm back at the van. I have until 13:58. It is currently 12:37, so a little over an hour. I think what I might do is just have a sip of water, go for a small little wander for half an hour. I'll probably take 4 hours out again. Actually, I might drive down to the seafront and park up there. And I'll have 4 hours there. My van batteries are fully charged. The sun has done good on that. My video camera is at 69%. So it's charging, it's just taking a hell of a long time. So that's something I might want to look into at some point. Also spare batteries for that one would be helpful. I looked at the map and further on down the coast there's a place called Prally, however you pronounce it, which has got a nice looking marina there, judging by Google Maps. But I've decided I don't want to go that far. Because that looks like it's going to be another 30-40 minute drive. So what I think I'll do instead is stay in this area and maybe go to Port Maddock either later on this evening or tomorrow, because they've got a small marina there as well. Might go look at. Plus it's on the way back. So I think that's the plan. And then I'll go back home via Snowdonia. Depending where the climbing crag I want to go to is exactly. It's somewhere in there, I think. So yeah, I'm thinking at the minute, tomorrow's Friday, so I'll be around tomorrow. And then Saturday morning I might go for a climb, then head home. Jesus, get your brakes done, dude. So yeah, I'm going to have a cup of water, head back into town for a little bit. I'm going to leave this camera here this time charging up, because that's about halfway down. And I can't be bothered to go digging through my bag for the spares. I think they're in my climbing bag at the minute. So yeah, I shall catch up later this afternoon. Well, there we go. Some ham butties and a banana Nesquik. nice and cool milk out of the fridge. And that'll be my view. Because as much as I'd love to go and eat this on the seafront, I don't have a lunchbox. So that's definitely something to add to the van, which I said yesterday. I have had a walk down the seafront. There's a bigger van than mine parked there, so I can park there comfortably. But I'm not going to move it today because it's quite busy, a bit tight. But that's going to be good to know for the future. For now though, dinner. I managed to get that app to work. So I'm now parked up for another 4 hours. Well, 3 hours 59 now. So that'll take me to 17:58. So what I want to do now is go and have a look at the upper part of town, since I've only done the seafront so far, so we'll see what the rest of it is. Tell you what, the heat's really come on as well. It's 27 degrees in the van and I've got the door open and the fan going. Right. Cap. I want my cap this time. Let's go see what the rest of town is like. Okay, sea's that way. We're going up this way. Let's have a look at this anchor first. We'll start then with the high street. And if we get time, maybe look up there. Looks like a drinks and cheese shop. Ooh. Coffee, tapas, cocktails. Barber's, another coffee shop. Hairdressers.
I've been here when I was 2. Shop there.
Spice Bank. I'm guessing that this was once the bank. It's now a contemporary Indian and Bangladeshi cuisine. Interesting. Scrying, crystals, pharmacy. Chinese. And a pub. Signing cockerel. Did they mean signing or singing? Don't know. And then we got a pub slash hotel.
And I have a feeling that's pretty much it for the high street. There's a butcher's down the other end. Yeah, I think that's the high street over. Oh well, I'll keep walking on a bit and see what else there is. It is roasting now. Good news is my other camera's fully charged. Bad news is I don't feel like lugging it around. It's got far too hot now. 28 in the van, must be 30 something out there. So I'm going to half fill a flask with water, head back out. May go for a paddle, we'll see how I feel. For which I need to put the towel in my bag and lug that round with me. Yeah, I've got about another 3 hours, so I'm going to go make the most of it. Well, I take a flask into town with me was a sound plan up until the execution point, by which I didn't. Yeah, I was nearly walked out the car park by the time I remembered and couldn't be bothered to walk back. But it's been alright. Went down, had a paddle. Saw some small crabs about and a few schools of tiny fish. 16:51 now. Everybody's had the same idea as I have about going to the chippy around about now. So I'm going to give that half an hour and have a look again. And if it's still queuing, I'm just going to go find a camp spot somewhere. I've got a tin of tuna in, some pasta I can do, and some of that lettuce that still needs using. Yeah, lesson for next time. Park down on the seafront. Get here early, park on the seafront. That way you can camp out in the van and have a good view as well, when it gets too warm. Car parking is the same price. I have absolutely no memory of this place, but I assume I've been here with at least mum and dad before. Possibly the grandparents too. Yeah, my first impression was it's a nice place, but I preferred the beach at Fairbourne. But having seen it with the tide fully out, it's actually a really nice beach here. So I think I probably prefer it here overall. And I'm more likely to come back here semi-regularly than to go back to Fairbourne. So yeah, that's where I'm at this point of the day. Tide is now well on its way in. I could quite happily spend another couple of weeks there if the tides just stayed out. So that's the other thing, because I'm by myself, I don't leave my bag anywhere with my stuff in it to go for a proper deep paddle with my trunks and stuff. But again, if I park on the seafront in the future, that's not as much of an issue. I'd only have the van key to worry about. I've seen 2 trains go along, maybe 3. And I think it's the station just there. yeah, weather turned out to be a really good day for coming here. I should definitely be back at some point. I just heard the lights at the crossing going, so I managed to get the camera out, point it right, frame it. Got the train going past. I didn't hit the bloody record button, did I? Damn it. Oh well, it looked good when I was watching it on the screen. You're just not going to get to see it. I take back at least part of what I said about this car park. There is a facility to empty wastewater and toilet, but I don't think it's got drinking water. Not as far as I can work out anyway. What I don't get is it's £16.50 to park overnight, but it's £15.50 to park for up to 24 hours. I mean, 24 hours would include overnight, surely. Anyway, the chippy was still absolutely packed and queuing outdoors. I found another one on Google Maps that says it's less busy than usual, but by the time I've walked there, got something and walked back, I wouldn't have time to eat it anyway. Before I need to leave the car park, I've got 10 minutes left here. So I'm going to sit here for 10 minutes and get my money out of them. And then go find somewhere to park up for the night. I think I saw somewhere on the drive in. So if I can find it again on the way out, I shall have a look at that. If not, I've passed plenty of lay-bys in Snowdonia anyway, so there'll be somewhere in there. And I think I might come back here tomorrow, but park along the seafront and have a bit more of a beach day. Because now I've walked around and explored it today, I don't need to do it tomorrow, so I can have a bit more of a chill day tomorrow. Maybe get a video or two edited as well on the seafront, that'd be nice. So yeah, that's the current plan. I could run into Port Maddock and go to Tesco and pick up a microwavable meal. Oh! No, I know what I've got. I keep forgetting I've got them, but I see them every now and then in the cupboard. I've got these Wayfarers. Mum and Dad got me these 2-3 years ago maybe, when I first got the van and started doing it up. One of them is a pudding. Well, we've got chicken tikka and rice. That is... Where's the best before? That's good until January 2027. And here is a chocolate pudding, which is good until November 2026. So there's still a little bit of time left on them. And now I've got the jet boil as well. I think that might be tonight sorted. I mean, I'd rather have them somewhere where I've got a good view, like a seafront, but I don't think that's going to happen tonight. And I won't want to cook anything midday tomorrow. Although actually, if I get 12 hours parking tomorrow, I don't get 8 or 9 or 10. We'll see. But yes, would be nice to have them with a good view. I don't think the weather tomorrow is going to be as good. It looks like it's set to be cloudy. Which is a shame, because another day like this and spent in the sea would have been nice. But that don't look likely to happen. Right, I'm going to have some more water because I'm probably dehydrated. I have just been to the toilet since I'm here and there's one there to use. I'm definitely dehydrated. And as much as I would like to do some driving camera video stuff, I've got no way of mounting you safely, so that's not happening anytime soon. So I shall be leaving it there for now. Annoyingly, the lay-by that I wanted has a no overnight parking sign on, which is a shame because that would be a really good view of the sunset. It's just as you go down into Criccieth, kind of looks out over the sea. Really nice view by the looks of it. I spotted it on the way in this morning. But no overnight parking. So at the minute, I'm in my backup lay-by the road here. My phone says it has 4G signal, but it's getting absolutely no internet connection. So I think this is me for the night. I did just think of going back down to that lay-by for tea and watching the sunset, but it's already 6:20. Get down there, set up, have tea and everything, then got wash up, put everything away. Then I'd have to head back down here anyway. So like a 15-20 minute drive or something, I think, so forget it. I just spend the night here, edit a video, maybe 2. I'm actually most of the way to Port Maddock at the minute. I think it's only about 10 minutes drive left. But I don't want to pay in display somewhere just for a couple of hours when I've already paid in display twice today. Suppose I could be cheeky and park up on Tesco car park. But then I'll still have to come back here later on anyway. Nah, forget it. I'm done for the night. Let's get some food. I'm going to have to get some more lights in here, some LED strips or something underneath to light this up better. Because I've actually got the front and back ceiling lights on. And it still feels dark in here. Right, let's knock you off. So that is some rice, tuna chunks, a handful of lettuce, and some sweet teriyaki sauce. I'm going to give that a minute for the pot to cool down a bit, and I'll eat it straight out of that. Save me some dishes. Then I'll get and do myself a cup of tea afterwards. Yeah, look how much light there is out here still. And then go into the van. So yeah, I think some LED strips under there maybe. Which was kind of the original plan anyway, but I think it's time to get that one done. Dimmable would be preferable. RGB would be fun. Well, RGB white. Of course, it doesn't help, I've also got the two-stop ND filter on indoors. Hey, a camper. They ain't stopping here. I really wish I could have parked up at that spot that I wanted earlier. Would have been nice and sunny, good view of the sunset. Right, let's see what this actually tastes like, shall we? Definitely taste of tuna and lettuce. Can't say I can taste much of the teriyaki sauce. It's edible though. I think I might do this again. But instead of using tuna, slice up some of them chicken fillets that I've got. Oh, would I need to fry them first? Would I need to cook the chicken in water first? Because you can boil chicken in water, can't you? How would I do this with chicken? In as few pots as possible. Yeah, I thought I put a lot of sauce in this, but there's not a whole lot of flavour. I would rather have been sitting on the seafront having the fish and chips. I'm not going to lie. That would have been quite nice, especially in this sun. I am really rather impressed with this little jet boil so far. The flame control on it is so much better than that little camping stove thing that I've got, which doesn't really have much in terms of flame control, but this, I could bring that rice right down to a simmer, no problem. Plus the pot is anodised and there's not much sign of rice sticking on the inside, which is great. Setup's easy. It ignites dead well now that I've figured out how to do it properly. Yeah, 120 quid plus the gas. Totally worth it. I think I'll end up using that more than I use my other one. Although now I've started using this for these couple of days out. Like I was saying earlier about if I did it again, I would consider putting a window in there. I'd maybe consider going full gas cooker. Or induction. I'd have to see what kind of power the induction would take. Might be okay in the summer, especially weather like this where it can charge up the batteries. Winter maybe not so much. But yeah, I think next one I'll do will go for having a proper little kitchen setup. The reason I didn't on this one is not enough room on this side, at least not with the double bed. If I'd done a single bed in the back, I could have done it. And then I wanted that to be more of a workspace bench kind of area. I do think though, if I were to do it, it would be best here. Oh, and we're done. Yeah, it'd be best here. And maybe go for a single bed so I've got more space here. Or a bench thing down the side here maybe. I mean, I still could have gas here and 2 stoves. No problem, there's definitely the room for it. It's always an install I could do later on if I wanted. But at the minute, I'm happy with the setup I've got. But I'm just thinking that could be more convenient for cooking stuff than having to get this out all the time. Although again, with the jet boil, it's really not that much hassle, if any. So easy. I could just wind up with 2 jet boils instead. Right, and I want you in there so I can wash the dishes. There we go. Put you back on there while you cool down a bit. Yeah, I like my van. I think it turned out really well. No matter who you are and how many builds you've done, I think you always, once you've done one and started using it, you always look, I could have done that different. I could have tweaked that. I could maybe do this instead. And then you do that on your next build and you go, this works great. I could still have maybe done this bit different. It's like redecorating a house you never truly finished. I mean, I still want to do the lights on this, the LED lights. I do think having a window on that other side would be a little more homely, to be honest. But to do that now would mean ripping all of that out, and there's no chance. But on the next one, I think, yeah, I'm going to go for it. Because I could be parked up somewhere with a nice view. But if I've got to park this way on, I can't see it except for through there. Put a window there. Would also let more light in, which would be nice. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this turned out. I expect the traffic's going to die down, but while I was eating I did hear a train go past, and it's just behind that hedgerow there. So we'll see how often they go. I'll tell you what, if those trees weren't there, I would have a really good view of that mountain range. I need to spend far more of my life doing stuff like this. That's what I've come to over the past month, 2 months, 3 months, slowly over years. I'd rather have a life than keep working a job 8 hours a day, 5 days a week, and then not having the energy to go do anything. Right, let's wash these dishes. We shall catch up in a bit. I was stepping outside to film a bit while there's still more light than in the van. So I've got the microwave on at the minute, doing myself a drink. It's past 8 o'clock now. I've just finished editing, well, the majority of the editing for the video of Tuesday. That was my tour to Win Hill. I need to do some narration over, voiceover on that. And whilst this road has quietened down somewhat, I'm going to leave that till tomorrow because I'm done for today. So my plan for tomorrow is wake up, go straight to Criccieth and park up on the front, make myself a coffee and have some breakfast there, get that bit of narration done, then do the audio adjustments I need to do because there's a lot of wind noise to deal with, unfortunately. And also see where the tide is at tomorrow and what's going on with that. because I think tomorrow's going to be a beach day and editing another video day. Probably I shall edit today's video tomorrow, and then that'll leave me with yesterday's video to do, which was mostly done with the FX30, so there's a lot of colour grading stuff into that. It's going to take longer to deal with. Yeah. Oh, also, just after I had my tea and I'd done a cup of tea, yeah, I looked at my phone and it had dropped from 4G to 3G. But I had internet connection. How does that work? How does going to an older network give me the internet when 4G doesn't do it? And how the hell is there still trouble with the signal connections these days anyway? It makes no sense. It's not like I'm far out in the sticks, even if it is Wales. I think that's my drink done. Yeah. I was going to have a hot chocolate. However, I don't have enough in. I have in maybe a teaspoon and a half worth of chocolate powder. And since it is Cadbury's and it's about £4.50 for a tub these days, still, I'm not buying another one anytime soon. So it's going to have to be some chai latte instead. One thing I've noticed about the ND filter, if you watch the Mam Tour to Win Hill video, I was on about how it always looks dark to me on these screens when I'm recording. But looking at the footage back, the Mam Tour stuff, it's perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with it. So even on a cloudy day, I can still get away with this two-stop filter. And I think the colours look a little bit better for it. Just that extra bit of contrast. But anyway, I'm going to have my drink. This road's flaming picked up again now I'm recording. I'm going to go have my drink, tidy up a little bit, ready for the off tomorrow, and do a bit of reading. That is me done for today. my calves are still aching a bit from Mam Tour. And then after that, when I did go climbing with them, she took me to a crag that also had a steep bit of walk up. So, thanks Em. It was a pretty decent crag, to be honest. Anyway, that's it, I'm done. If you've enjoyed it and made it this far, thanks. Hit that like button, it helps out. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. Because it's not all going to be climbing content on this channel. There's going to be trips like this as well. Bits of other stuff. There will be a bit of variation in it. And more walks. Right. Back at it again tomorrow.